Buongiorno! I've come to Liguria, a special region in northwest Italy, held between the sea and the mountains, with stunning cliffside views and charming coastal villages. This is the fabled Italian Riviera, and its beauty surpasses many others in Italy. It's no wonder why Liguria has so often been the source of inspiration for songwriters, poets, and filmmakers. It's a narrow, rugged strip of land, but what it lacks in space, it more than makes up for in character. The Cinque Terre are a series of 5 picturesque villages that weave into the steep, rocky hillsides right above the blue sea. It's common to address the region's maritime history, given the city's seaside positions. But what people don't know is that the region has a long history of viticulture, with some of the country's steepest and most storied vineyards. Today, a small handful of producers continue this painstaking winemaking tradition in one of the most aesthetic but harsh places in all of Italy. After a long academic career, Bartolomeo Lercari decided to revive and replant the family's vineyards, which sit high above the town of Vernazza.
Me and my wife, we left our job in Pisa. We went back to Vernazza 28 years ago to make again this hill as it has been for 1,000 years. Cultivate with vineyards.
So there was no vineyards here when you came?
This place was just a forest of pine.
Wow. You replanted?
Yeah, we replanted everything.
All of the vine?
All of the vine in this vineyard. Our goal was to make this. This is our gift to Vernazza, because we felt that it's a responsibility in front of humanity to preserve it for the future so people can see it. This is our history, this is our tradition. We have to preserve it.
The method of cultivating vines practiced in this region is often called viticoltura eroica, heroic viticulture. Because these vineyards stand on terraces or steps, most jobs need to be done manually, a huge weight on both labor and time. It's not a bad life. It's not a bad life.
I enjoy it. Indeed, there is sometimes people from Milan, horrible places. They ask me, oh, are you living here in wintertime? Yes. How can you do it? I enjoy. I have sunshine, nice view. I see dolphin.
Wow.
I see nature, beautiful color. How can you survive in a big town? In front of you, you have another big building. No, here is very mild, never freezing.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's really perfect.
Why not?
Bartolomeo has converted part of his winery into a small terrace, where he welcomes curious passers-by to taste his wines, take in a prime view of the vineyards, and learn about the hard work involved in preserving a tradition native to the land.
Al futuro.
Salute.
Salute.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Yeah, it's refreshing. Crisp.
Refreshing, crispy, yeah. It's good with seafood and the beach.
Must be nice to taste the fruits of your labor, right?
Yeah. Sometimes even too much. But now I give you the Cinque Terre, very special
wine. So this Cinque Terre is really the star of the Cinque Terre wine.
Yes,
it is renowned. I heard the Pope
the Pope and
served
the
it
King,
in his banquets,
Queen.
the Queens.
Always the best grapes are used to make this wine.
Okay.
We collect the beginning of the harvest. We make the wine in November. When they are very dry.
Very
right?
dry, the
Very dry.
grapes dry.
Like the resin you use in the cakes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah?
It's not so, it's a balanced sweetness.
Yeah.
It still does retain a hint of acidity, but it's got a very nice balance. So here, I guess, it's just to toast to the continuation of preserving such a beautiful tradition. Cin cin.
Cin cin. Al futuro.
Al futuro.
To the future.
Perched along the rugged Ligurian coastline, the 5 villages of Cinque Terre each boast an ancient fortress, originally built to defend against Saracen raids. Today, these once defensive outposts welcome travellers seeking a slower pace of life and an appreciation for nature, a way of living that has defined the Ligurian people for centuries. All 5 Cinque Terre towns are linked by hiking trails, and today I'm hiking from the village of Vernazza to Monterrosso along a very scenic hiking trail. The views are incredible. It literally goes all along the coast and you get the most epic scenery. You get views of the Vernazza village when you leave, and hopefully I'm going to see some incredible views of Monterosso when I arrive. But of course, when I'm doing these sorts of hikes, it's literally like uphill, downhill, it's rocky paths, very uneven. So you can imagine like carrying my big main camera with me to capture it is really quite challenging. That's why I'm using the Insta360 Go Ultra to capture my hike and all of the incredible scenery. It's got a very, very clever, sleek, square design with a flip-up screen. So it's a perfect camera when it comes to travel vlogging. It's incredibly lightweight and portable. So literally I can just detach it from its little pod. It becomes even smaller and it only weighs 53 grams. I just need to show you compared to my mobile phone, for example. Look at the difference. Some of the accessories make it even smoother when you're filming to capture all that's going on around you. So for example, the magnetic pendant, which I love, I can literally just like drop this under my top and then it will magnetically attach to the tiny Go Ultra, which means I can be hiking up and down the hills. I don't have to worry about where I'm treading. Am I going to fall over because I'm sort of concentrating on what I'm filming? It's just so easy. It's great because whilst the camera is attached to the magnetic purse, the little screen that I've got on my hand here is showing me exactly my POV, so I can see what I'm capturing, which is pretty awesome. Obviously, quality is so important, and the camera shoots in a beautiful 4K resolution and a buttery soft 60 frames per second, which is pretty amazing because I'm getting incredible quality when I'm vlogging. It's got flow state stabilization and horizon lock, which means I can be trekking, running, cycling, jogging, all sorts of activities, and I don't have to worry about wobbly image because that just ruins a video. The magnetic design of the camera also means you can attach it to any magnetic surface and capture even more creative angles when shooting. They also have pure video mode, which makes it great for filming low light situations. Plus, with the replaceable SD card and 200 minutes of runtime, I don't have to worry about the camera running out of memory or battery when filming. Definitely consider checking out the Insta360 Go Ultra if you're a travel vlogger or just anybody else who wants to capture some really great quality content. Just click the link in my description below or scan the QR code on screen now. So I hope you capture some really incredible quality footage with the Insta360 Go Ultra. So I finally made it to Monterroso al Mare. This is the biggest of the 5 villages known as the Cinque Terre. So excited to be here. I've always wanted to visit. The iconic beach is behind me, which I cannot wait to see. I'm going to be doing an exclusive video here for my YouTube members. I'm going to be vlogging with the Insta360 Go Ultra, and it's great because it's got a really long run time. So if you're not a member, sign up. The link's in the description below, and you get access to exclusive destinations, bonus footage, and bonus content. Clinging to the rocks overhanging the sea is Corniglia, the only Cinque Terre village which doesn't have direct contact with the sea. A steep set of stairs leads to the small harbour, used by locals today as both a place for leisure and for work. Many people in the village come from families that have worked at sea for generations, and much of their daily life is built around catching food from the sea. Just beyond the edge of town, the Galletti family runs a small restaurant out of their home, serving guests meals sourced straight from the sea and surrounded by decor crafted from the natural materials of the surrounding environment. It's truly special to find a place like this in the Cinque Terre. This is called an iti-turismo, so it's interesting because the concept is a little bit different from an agriturismo in that iti-turismo relates to fish tourism. So it's incredibly fresh, 0 kilometers, local fish and seafood, and it looks divine. The owners also have their own vineyards, which are on the hills here. So today they've served this beautiful pasta, which is a local casarecci pasta, which is very typical of this region. And we've got chestnut fish, which is interesting. I've never heard about chestnut fish before. They've mixed it with some olives and a really nice kind of buttery sauce made with local tomatoes, and it just looks gorgeous. That's beautiful. The fish is just amazing. It's so fresh. The setting of this iti-turismo is absolutely beautiful. You've just got this breathtaking view of the town of Corniglia below, and this just the endless blue of the Mediterranean Sea. It's actually such an idyllic, picturesque setting to have a beautiful fresh lunch and a gorgeous glass of the local white wine. It really does look like something out of a fairy tale. When English aristocrats encountered Portofino in the mid-19th century, the course of this unknown village of fishermen was forever changed. It became a meeting point for British high society, with luxury hotels, bars and restaurants opening. And by the 1950s, it had become the playground of the rich and famous. The outposts of luxury brands and historic restaurants are still mainstays of the piazzetta, but a whiff of newness now blows from the hills of Portofino.
So welcome to Casa Montefino. Is the house on the Monte di Portofino. This estate is where the story all started.
Chris Egger and his childhood friends Ruggero and Alessandro, both Portofino natives, came together to found Portofino Dry Gin 4 years ago. So you've got a beautiful view.
We got a beautiful view
of the harbour.
Yeah.
But this is really where the kind of gin or the idea kind of was born, or at least helped, right? Because this is the botanical garden.
So yeah, we started about 20 years ago when I met my partner Ruggero, who was the owner of this house. He grew up here. We met in Geneva, where I grew up. We always came here during the summer. We used to play football on the hill over there. So when we started talking about, what we could do to kind of have an excuse to spend more time here in Portofino, we looked around and we said, okay, well, we loved gin at the time. We're drinking a gin tonic and we said, okay, what can we do? And we thought of the botanicals that we had available here. I feel like there is a special air, there is a fragrance that comes from here that we kind of can build on and then try to reproduce it in order to create what we call the Portofino taste.
The hills above Portofino are sheltered from the sea, creating a humid microclimate that's perfect for growing botanicals.
See, those are juniper berries.
Oh, okay.
We use a lot of the local juniper berries to make the gin. And it smells like gin.
It does smell like gin.
You do smell the taste
of the
gin.
Yes, that smells delicious.
God. You smell the taste of juniper, which is the main ingredient in our gin.
Interesting.
So this is a nice sage plant.
I can smell it already from here.
You can really smell it. This one is very, very fragrant.
Oh my gosh, that smells incredible.
And in our gin, it gives this kind of earthy, very full flavor that remains at the end of your tongue, and it gives a nice long finish to our gin. Mm-hmm. So this part is all exposed towards the sea. Mm-hmm. Careful with your head. And you see a lot of botanicals that we grow here. This is the rosemary we use in the recipe, and a lot of it comes from this plant because it's perfectly exposed. You can see it really thrives here. This is like a perfume. Comes right out of the essential oils. Yeah.
This is beautiful, yeah.
It's a tiny lemon that you get all this nice essence coming out of it. We're also going to use this for the cocktail.
For Chris and his friends, the most important thing is to keep the essence of Portofino at the heart of this project.
Paolo is
Ciao, Paolo.
our global brand ambassador. He grew up here.
So you're trying to make cocktails?
Yeah, local ingredients and local producers. And so it's made with Portofino gin, obviously.
So it's nice trying to keep everything as local as possible.
You know, we always take what's fresh, and
Yeah.
in that case, we grabbed the basilico.
Exactly.
On our way here, we grabbed the lemon, we squeezed it, so everything is fresh, and this is how you make a true Chilometro Zero drink.
Grazie. Let's have a
Grazie.
try. Salute.
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 Oh yeah,
Yeah, low ABV,
really nice.
really
Very
refreshing.
Refreshing, very, very refreshing. I think what's quite nice is that you and your friends have done, which is to really sort of, you have the younger generation now coming back to, their childhood land. It's sort of your adopted childhood land too.
In my case.
And really rejuvenating like the lands, for example, like creating a very exciting Portofino brand.
Yeah, it's very exciting to think of new ways of kind of interpreting Portofino. So it's not only a very touristic, very packed place where, hotels have been now buying a lot of real estate, and then really the gin tells a story of nature, of friendship. It's a social drink, the gin and tonic, It kind of pauses really the moment, and this brings a little bit of dolce vita in your daily life.
Everybody needs a bit of dolce
I think so too.
in their daily life, right? Salute.
Salute.
Thank you for inviting me to this
It was a
beautiful
pleasure.
garden. Portofino's true beauty comes out once the sun begins to set and the day trippers have departed. The slower pace allowing one to fully take in the privileged position of this fairy tale village by the sea. Wow, Portofino from here looks beautiful. I can see why it's such an iconic town in Italy, because it really is something out of a movie set. Especially the views of the yachts in the harbour. It's very much the classic postcard image, I'd say, of Portofino. And it is very much like that in real life. It's actually quite nice finding this little spot further around from the main piazzetta, just away from the crowds, because you can kind of really soak it in and enjoy the scenery from here. And there's no better way to enjoy an evening in Portofino than with a glass of the local Portofino wine, which is actually made here, and some local charcuterie. So it's all from the Liguria region. Delicious. Italians do cheese and salami so well. It's a bit of a cliche, the dolce vita, but sitting here right now with this view of Portofino and the Castello Brown in front of me, I really do feel like this is the embodiment of the dolce vita. I spent the evening capturing some footage of the town of Santa Margherita di Liguri with the Insta360 Go Ultra. I'm filming a vlog about this town for my YouTube members, and I honestly think it's worth visiting and considering making it your base in the Italian Riviera. It's an absolutely beautiful city. You can't live La Dolce Vita without a little beach time. Italian style, of course. And here on the Italian Riviera, picturesque coves are tucked all along this dazzling azure coastline. Today, I'm heading to one that perfectly captures that laid-back, sophisticated Italian charm. If there's one thing that Italians do very well, it's beach clubs, of course. And so this one is PARAGGI Beach. It's right by Portofino. So this is a beautiful place to come and just spend the day. You've got several very chic beach clubs to choose from. I'm in one of them now, and you just get a gorgeous view and a really gorgeous glass of crisp white wine and some beautiful food. Of course, you've got to think that this place is very synonymous with celebrities. A lot of them come here, and I definitely feel like this is the true dolce vita. I suppose if you have that notion of what is a dolce vita, I would say this is it. An absolutely gorgeous Mediterranean beach. I could get used to this life, really. Nestled between the Mediterranean and the mountains sits Genoa, the proud capital of Liguria. It's an elegant city that sharply differs from the wild, untamed landscape further inland. For nearly 7 centuries, this city stood as a distinguished republic, and its port was once the centre of a great Mediterranean trading empire. The docks are what made Genoa rich. But this port had to feed hungry sailors who sometimes would come back to land after many months or years. I'm meeting up with Enrica, a Genovese-born food researcher and cookbook author who's introducing me to some of the classic street food specialties. We're starting off in the Caruggi, once controlled by Genovese merchant families. These narrow alleys that form Genoa's historic centre have remained virtually unchanged for a millennium. And if you know where to look, you can still sample historic recipes from centuries-old institutions. Buongiorno!
Buongiorno!
Wow, this is a lot of focaccia. So they do many different types then, apart from the classic.
Yes, onions. That probably is the most famous focaccia after the plain one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
But in the morning, for breakfast, the classic's the best.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
the classics is the best and is the historical one.
The traditional version of focaccia is brushed with olive oil and a salt and water brine, which gives it its spongy, soft texture in the final rise.
This is the real secret of the Genoese focaccia. Putting brine on top of the surface before baking. And then he make the dimples with the fingers, pressing very hard.
The bread was mostly a poor man's meal, baked to feed the hungry sailors and peasants who lived amongst the tightly packed alleyways of the Caruggi.
You have to flip it and eat it upside down,
Okay.
because the surface is the saltiest part of the focaccia. So it needs to touch your tongue first.
Other way around.
Yes.
Very salty.
Salty, crispy outside, moist inside, chewy but not that much because it then melts.
It's really, really good.
This was the breakfast of and still is the breakfast of the port workers. And usually port workers has focaccia with a glass of white wine. Just to cheer up in the morning.
That's what they used to do.
Yes.
The thriftiness of Ligurians to create something out of seemingly very little didn't just stop in the kitchen. And this is very interesting because a lot of the facades, you might think that this is real brickwork, but it's actually, look, it's painted.
It is.
Right? If
Yes.
I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they are painted. The nobles, so the very rich people, can afford bricks and stuccos and columns and statues on their facade. Those who are not as rich, they just paint it.
They painted it,
They
so it's
paint
very
it.
clever.
It's clever, it's cheaper, but in any case, it's very beautiful.
While many come to Italy for well-known wheat-based favourites like pizza and pasta, Liguria has a rich culture of non-wheat-based foods, the topography of the region being particularly inhospitable to growing the grain. In the city's Sciamade, one of Genova's oldest street foods is still baked in deep wood-burning ovens on copper pans.
This is a sciamada. Sciamada comes from the noun fiammata, which means flame, because when people pass by in front of these places, they see a flame burning inside the wood oven. We are seeing farinata. Farinata is a chickpea pancake made with chickpea flour, water and salt.
I guess, you know, the farinata, the street food, was that really born out of a need back in the days for the dock workers, the sailors? They needed something cheap and easy to eat, and I
Exactly.
guess filling too.
Exactly. Farinata is something very poor, very cheap, and this is very, very, very common in our city.
Okay, so let's give it a try.
Yes, let's try it.
Just fresh out of the oven, so it's hot.
It's fresh.
It's delicious. Crispy on the outside, nice and soft on the
Creamy.
inside.
Sometimes people say it seems that there is cheese inside or
Yeah.
milk inside or something like this. Instead, it's just chickpeas, flour and water and salt, and that's it.
And clearly it's very popular because
Yes, there are a lot of
everyone
people.
has arrived.
They
for the
know that
farinata.
around noon he takes out the
Then
farinata.
everyone comes for their farinata. Leave behind Genoa's working streets and you enter a world of quiet luxury.
Via Garibaldi is the luxury district of Genova. This is where the nobles decided to build their buildings.
And you can really see that here because it's
Yes.
so grand. These buildings are
These
so grand.
palazzos was built like countryside villas. They have ballrooms and they have frescoes, stuccos,
So it's
mirrors.
so much luxury.
Lot of luxury. But why? Because the Genoese families were the richest families in Europe.
Wow.
Genova was the city where the first bank set forth, Banco di San Giorgio, in the 1400s.
They were bankers,
They were bankers, they were traders,
traders.
merchants, bankers, financiers, shipbuilders.
And I've heard that Genoa has a nickname, La Superba. What does that mean?
Well, literally the superb city, because Genova was the richest city one of the richest in Europe, and so La Superba because it's important and rich and think to be higher than others. So
Yeah.
this is why it is called La Superba.
Not far from Genoa, a different kind of treasure grows in abundance, basil. Though not so outwardly exuberant, this humble herb produces Liguria's gift to the world, pesto.
Allora, qua sopra ci sono le serre dove cresce tutto il basilico.
So this is the greenhouses where they grow in the basil.
Yes.
Bernardo Manziti runs Locanda Tortuga in Genova's Old Town. This morning, he's bringing me to the basil farm where he sources only the finest for his restaurant.
And this is Piercarlo,
Ciao,
my
Pier.
wonderful grower of basil,
Nice
okay?
to meet you.
The best
Okay.
grower in the city, ciao. So these are the babies, okay? And we love to have young leaves, grow very fast. This is the perfect size for the sweetness of the ending pesto that we love in our restaurants, okay? This is why we only buy from Pierre.
Pieri built his greenhouses high above the town because the microclimate is perfect for basil cultivation. The crop is bathed in salty air from the Mediterranean Sea below.
Perché questa è idroponic, this is
Ipo-
hydroponic. okay?
hydroponic.
So it grows in the water with all the nutrients inside the water. Ah, bene, bello. Wonderful, very sweet.
That
is it
smells
nice or not,
incredible.
Mali?
Smells beautiful. The sweet aroma of basil has a way of awakening the appetite. Luckily, just down the coast in Bogliasco, Bernardo's friend Marcella owns a charming family home, which she often rents out for special occasions. It's amazing.
Yes, it is.
In a setting straight out of an Italian postcard, Bernardo is giving me a lesson in the timeless craft of Genovese pesto. There's basil, of course, Parmigiano, extra virgin olive oil, garlic cloves, salt, pepper, and pine nuts, all crushed together with this.
Okay, Malini, this is the most important tool, the mortaio,
Wow.
white marble, okay? Pick it up, okay? And try, Is it all?
Ah, this is heavy.
Is it or not?
Because this is all marble.
Of course, pure marble, 100%. So listen, Malini, now we start with the rock salt and the garlic.
I love garlic. I think
Well,
the
we
more
love garlic
garlic, the
too.
better. Italians
Yeah,
love
but
garlic.
Not too much.
Not
okay?
too much.
Because you know Italians has also to kiss people after having their lunch, so not too much garlic, okay? We have rock salt in the mortar and we start to give some. In Italian we say pestiamo. Well, the word pesto, okay, the word of the sauce, pesto, is basically the verb pestare, okay?
Oh, I
That's the
see.
point. We put a generous pinch of pine nuts. You know, Genoese people are very proud of the pesto, okay? Because pesto for us is a serious matter. We invented the pesto and we are very proud of it, okay? So now we are gonna add the leaves of the basil, okay? So we add leaves.
So everything is done by hand.
Absolutely, darling.
Yeah?
Every time is made by our hands. Do you wanna go ahead?
Me?
Yeah, go try.
Oh my gosh, okay. So I'm holding it with one hand.
Holding with one
It's
hand.
already heavy.
Yes, and try to go.
Is this okay?
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not so bad.
You know, here in Italy, cooking is always a matter of creativity, of love and passion. So we really love to add our personal taste on everything that we do in our life.
Food
and
is
especially
really an art.
cooking. Absolutely.
Yeah, food is an art in Italy.
So basically we want to wash the pesto, okay?
Oh,
With olive oil
wow.
and even the mortar, okay?
And this is Ligurian olive oil.
Absolutely, from Alassio, only made with Tajasque olives that are the race of Ligurian olives, okay?
The color is beautiful.
Beautiful, okay? Can you scent the garlic? Huh? I told you it was not too much, no? It's filled with olives and garlic and also the raisin of the nuts, you can feel it, no? I love the
Delicious.
garlic scent especially,
It's
no?
already making me like salivate a little
Very,
bit.
very powerful and nice. And now we have to add the last ingredients, that is the best 24-month Parmigiano Reggiano, aging, okay, in
God.
cellars. As I told you, no, always be generous, okay?
Always be
Always be generous. Now you have to try, no?
I can't.
Would you?
Yes, I cannot wait to try it. Let's have a
Vai.
little taste.
Voila.
Oh.
How is it?
Oh my God.
Am I good in making the pesto?
Oh my gosh, that's spectacular.
Okay. Now let's go make the pasta, no?
Yes, I cannot wait.
Absolutely, me too.
Ooh. Pasta of the day, pesto with trofie, a typical Genovese pasta.
Well, only 3-4 minutes, not more, because in Italy, you know, we love pasta al dente. Very, very important, eh?
We tend to overcook our pasta in the UK and
I'm
America.
not saying this, you are, okay? I lived in UK for a while, so I know.
You weren't impressed with the texture of the pasta.
I know you, okay? Va bene, allora, so let's put the pesto now in the bowl, okay? Voila, more pesto coming, okay? We need to put some water with the starch, very, very important, to make it creamy, okay? But the water has to melt and mix with the oil.
Nice.
Perfetto. Opla!
It's
Something
interesting.
very, very good, is it?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Voila, ready. Let's go to have
Nice.
our lunch.
In typical Italian fashion, lunch is a big family affair. Joining us are Bernardo's wife, daughter, and brother. Marcella, her mother and father, and Marcella's partner. Okay.
Thanks everyone. Grazie Marcello.
Grazie. Salute.
Salute. Okay. How much hungry you are? Okay. Voila. 1, 2, 3. Is it nice or not?
Absolutely delicious.
Yes, it
Really
is.
good. Does she approve of her daddy's pesto?
Yes,
Yes?
always.
Are the Ligurians the best at making pesto in Italy?
We are the only maker of pesto. The rest is not pesto, okay? We can call it green sauce of something, but it's not pesto, okay?
Very much special to Liguria. Yeah.
We are special people in a special place, eating things that are special, okay?
Next time, sugo di noce.
You really are.
You know that Genova is called the Superba in the past. Superba is superb, okay? So Genoese are superb. Okay? Sì, it's history, absolutely history.
Liguria doesn't reveal itself right away, but if you give it time, it starts to open up. The rugged landscape shaped a tough, resourceful people who learned to work with what little land they had. That spirit of inventiveness has lasted for centuries, showing itself in everything from the food to the architecture, and in the quiet strength you can still see in the people who call this place home. Thank you again to Insta360 Go Ultra for sponsoring this video. I've been so impressed with this little camera that makes vlogging and capturing special moments so easy and enjoyable. Don't forget to visit the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen now to get yours.